If this is your first time using EdPuzzle and you haven't signed up before, please click on Sign Up. I'm a teacher. Sign in with Google. And then you'll fill out your information, and then I'm posting the referral code right here, and this will allow you to join the Ruskin School group. At the very end, click I agree and create new account. First, we'll click on Login. I'm a teacher. Then sign in with Google. Once you're in, you'll know you're in the Ruskin group by the Ruskin Senior High School addition to the content area. If you click on that, you'll notice 58 teachers at Ruskin Senior High School have accounts with EdPuzzle. And you can scroll down and see who all they are. Okay. Today's tutorial will walk you through locating a video in YouTube and editing it with EdPuzzle. One of the first things you will need is the Chrome extension for EdPuzzle. I'm going to put the URL here. And now I will click to that page in Chrome and click. And you'll notice it has Add to Chrome here. It's the only one for EdPuzzle, so you shouldn't get confused. Then click Add to Chrome. Make sure you're signed into Chrome. And it asks you some questions. Click Add Extension. And now it's been added to your Chrome browser. Now I'm going to pull up YouTube. And I'm going to select What is Problem-Based Learning by John Spencer as the video that I would like to edit and bring into EdPuzzle. The first step of editing the video within EdPuzzle is to decide how much of the video you want your students to view. For instance, you may click on the blue bar.
In less than 5 minutes.
Listen to the video.
In the 1980s, somebody decided that
and decide that you want to trim through the first part of the video. You can click and drag. You can do the same from the ending, or you can drag the playhead. And once it is there, you can add a cut. Then you can select this part, and you should be able to, there we go, get rid of that part. So you're just using the middle of the video, if that's what you select. Once it's done, which you'll notice it's spinning a little bit, you will click on VoiceOver. You might add a voiceover if you want to replace the video's existing audio with an explanation in your own words or with different topics or different languages.
Problems.
Once you see the Start Recording button in red, you can decide where you want to add your own narrative. I'm going to do it at the beginning. Students should be empowered to be a part of their own learning. A good way to do that is by using problem-based learning. Tap Stop Recording to stop recording your narration. You'll notice the yellow is where you recorded your own audio. Move the playhead back to the beginning and then click play. Students should be empowered to be a part of their own learning. A good way to do that is by using problem-based learning.
In the 1950s.
You may also play back your recording in this area or click delete to delete the recording that you recorded and start over. The next option you have for editing a YouTube video or any video within EdPuzzle is to add questions. This allows your videos to become more interactive with your students and helps you check for understanding along the way. There are 3 different ways that you can add questions. The first is a multiple choice question. You would drag the playhead to where you want to ask the question. Okay. And add a multiple choice question. Then you can add your answers. You can add 3 answers. You can add as many as you'd like. And then when you're done, you need to click on the green box to show which one is the correct answer. Then click Save to save your question at this point in the video.
Okay.
Okay.
As well as Paulo Freire's concept of critical pedagogy.
So I've asked a question that I want students to respond to, and I'm going to click Save. This question will pop up at this point in the video. Now I'll click Continue.
In other words, kids need to be engaged with solving problems with...
And now I might want to add a note. When I add a note, I may want to add text, text and a picture, text and a link. I could add a formula or equation. I'm going to add a picture because I have that keyed up for this video. I'm going to click on the picture. This is just like adding it to your email. Add a picture of John Dewey. I can decide how big I want it to be. Click OK. And now I'm going to save it. It might be just a note that I want students to pay attention to throughout the video.
In their world.
And you can continue through the video like this, adding questions. When you feel you're done, you can click Finish in the upper right. And then you can play back your video
real world
to see how it looks for your students. One thing that you might want to do in case you've watched your video a number of times is you can move the playhead up to where your first question is.
That many of the problem-based learning theorists cite John Dewey's notion of.
Okay, so here they would have to answer the question and submit it. And then they can continue.
Democratic education, as well as Paulo Freire's concept of critical pedagogy. In other words,
submit it. Click
in other
Continue.
words, kids need to be engaged with solving problems within their world. And here's the description of.
So once I'm satisfied with my video, I will click on Assign, choose the classroom that I want to assign it to, make my selections over here for the start date and the due date. I want to prevent skipping. I want my students to answer each question, and I want to post it on Google. Next, I click Assign. And it's been posted on my class. So if I go into my class and do a refresh, I see the EdPuzzle, and there's the task for my students. They'll be able to play the video and answer the questions. It'll be automatically graded, and I will get that feedback in EdPuzzle. Another way of assigning work in EdPuzzle would be to click Assign, and instead of assigning it to Google Classroom, I could copy the link and paste it into an email. If you got to the Assign portion of this video and realized your Google Classrooms were not connected, I want to walk you through how to do that. Click over on My Classes in the upper right. Go to Add New Class. You'll see Google Classroom as an option. Select the class that you want to use, and then click on Import Students. Another option you have is to create a class in EdPuzzle. I'm going to name mine Dr. Garrity's class, very original, and add Ruskin High School. I can generate a new code. I suggest you copy and paste the code just so you have it. And then I'm going to save the changes. And now when I refresh, I have a new class here. I have my Google class, or I have my EdPuzzle class. And if I want to add students to my EdPuzzle class, I will click in Students or on Students, Invite Students. I can copy this link and tell them just to enter that into their account. They will sign into EdPuzzle with their Hickman Mills email information.